Q was popping. B Walker, what it do, player? Stickers ain't back, but Agent Zero is back. I don't know why Facebook, I've updated those stickers like 10 times. They still won't give me my stickers back. Omari said, I've been saying we need to keep Ridley. He has chemistry and he is still revered by his peers as one of the best route runners in the NFL. Madden? What is that? Alright, man. We in the building. We live. Hope y'all having a blessed day. It is a Saturday. Hope y'all spending some time with the family. Hope the weather is good where y'all at. We got hit with more good news. Tennessee Titan fans, we got hit with more good news. Just when I had told y'all the other day that it was people that was spending more of their time trying to prove me wrong than to just have a decent conversation about football. Look at the Tennessee Titans cap space. The Masterclass by Chad Brinker and Mike Bergonzi having insurance on Calvin Ridley and L'Jarius Sneed's contract. If y'all didn't get to check that out, go check that out from yesterday. Breakdown about L'Jarius Sneed. But incredible news today. I told y'all after the cap insurance that they got back, they could slow play it with Calvin Ridley because they had all the way up to June 1st to make a decision on whether they were going to bring him back, try to let him heal, try to let him reprove himself, maybe trade him down the line, or if not, at worst, Calvin Ridley's in the rotation of receivers. And if you don't get the big outside receiver, having Calvin Ridley is a great consolation prize, especially if you're able to restructure his contract to where it's more friendly, because I told you I didn't think we'd be able to deal him with the $28 million contract. But if you're telling me you're going to have Calvin Ridley, Wan'Dale Robinson, Chimere DK, Alec Aomonor, Bryce Oliver, and Xavier Restrepo before we hit the draft, it's a nice rotation. And I think they're kind of quieting the news about where they're going to go after Jawan Jennings, where they're going to go after Deebo Samuel. And if you're being honest, Jawan Jennings and Deebo Samuel are more physical receivers than Calvin Ridley, but he's a better route runner than both of them. And if you're able to keep a guy that has history with Brian Daboll at Alabama, Roll Tide, Brian Daboll and Calvin Ridley there, asked about that in the opening press conference. It's safe to say that Brian Daboll probably figures he could use Calvin Ridley back in the lineup instead of going and get somebody new to try to learn the system or fit a player inside of the system. Now, what does that mean for the depth chart? I showed y'all that I thought that they would slow play it. Now coming into the draft, if you look at the roster, outside of what they do at right guard or center, and I'm still waiting on that shoe to drop, you have 4 tight ends. You have DK, Ridley, Robinson, Oliver, Aomonor, Restrepo. You still have Tony Pollard and Tajay on their last years, which I still think now you could see Tony Pollard get chopped up. I'm interested to see if they would bring in a Brian Robinson to add to this rotation. I think Julius Chestnut's time is out. You starting to see the rumors circulate about Will Levis being traded now that we have Mitch Trubisky, and being deep on defensive line. And in the secondary, Josh Williams' contract just came out, 2 years, $6 million. So basically they got Josh Williams cheaper than the contract would have been to tender Darrell Baker Jr., who went to the Dolphins. Titans are solidified now. They literally can go into the draft and say, who is the best player available? They are not forced to have to take a wide receiver at 4, 35, or 66. They are not forced to have to take an edge at 4, 35, or 66. They are not forced to have to take any position in the draft. They literally can come in the draft, look at their board, decide if they want to trade back, and say, who is the best football player on the board for us right now? Now let me get into y'all questions in the chat. And said, I'm kind of iffy. He's a good playmaker. He just dropped too many passes last year, but I'm not mad. I always like Red. But you got to think, like, the pressure is off now. They're still going to get another receiver in the draft. And if you're telling me, like I told y'all in the last stream, if you're going from Van Jefferson and Mason Kinsey with James Prochet starting as your 3 starting receivers in an NFL game, if you get to a position where Calvin Ridley could be wide receiver 3 or 4, or wide, like literally Calvin Ridley is going to be in the rotation. There's not going to be a pressure for him to go out and be 1,000-yard receiver, and he could still be very productive. He did struggle with some drops early on last year, but who didn't struggle with Brian Callahan? What's up, bro? What big wide receiver do you think Mike Bergonza will get in the draft? I hope this little buddy from South Carolina that run. You talking about Nick Harbor is not little buddy. Nick Harbor is 6'5" and runs a 4.3. There's a lot of dunkers in the draft. That's the type of receiver that I think that they should go after. But who knows what Bergonza and Dabo want. Chris Bell will fall back. Denzel Boston, Jeremy Bernard, Chris Brazel, Malachi Fields, Zachariah Branch, Cooper Surratt. There's a lot of wide receivers. I think they estimate 20 wide receivers to be drafted in the top 100 picks. So it's a lot of talent in their second, third, and fourth round. Obviously, we got DK and A.O. Monter and Gunnar Helm last year in the fourth. So just having Calvin Ridley says, like, we don't have to be force feeding trying to get a wide receiver in the first. We're not force feeding that at 35. If you had to make a decision between best wide receiver, best edge, you confidently could say, take the edge. We'll find another receiver later in the draft. Because next year you got Jeremiah Smith, Ryan Williams, Cam Coleman. You got three first round monsters coming out next year. You need to add a big boy like Chris Brazel. Yeah, Chris Brazel is I think has the he reminds me of George Pickens. Jacoby Lane from USC is a dunker, a Drake London type. Oh yeah, stat man, he in trouble. Big Jeff, what does it do? Yeah, definitely not a little guy. Chris Brazel is 6'5", and he led the SEC in receiving this year, so definitely a household name. I think he's the best route running receiver Tennessee has had in a while. You know, Dabo had Jalen Hyatt, who was a burner, but just did not develop into a route runner. I would put Jalen Hyatt around that Keon Coleman, somebody uber talented, but maybe not have the professionalism that's holding himself back right now. He said Chris Bell for long term if he's still available in the third, or is he damaged goods? I don't think he's damaged goods. I mean, Last year in the third, we took Kevin Winston Jr., a safety that we knew was not going to be ready until halfway through the season. I think, if you're getting a player like Kevin Winston or Chris Bell that falls to you in the third at pick 101 or pick 66, I don't think that's a concession. I think having Calvin Ridley would make it easier to say, let's think of long term. Let's think of what if it takes him halfway through the season to really heal and to really start to grasp the system. And then by bye week, you trade Calvin Ridley and insert Chris Bell into that role. You save a lot of money. You're not paying him a first round contract. And you're getting the draft pick back because Calvin Ridley probably was productive up until the bye. It's a lot of things you could think of like that. Corey D. My fiance said Julio Jones in the draft. I told her his time has passed and he's gone. She might be saying like a player like Julio Jones. I think when you look at Jeremiah Smith reminds me of Julio Jones. Like fast, big, physical, strong at the catch point, a silent assassin. Like Jeremiah Smith reminds me of Julio Jones. But Julio Jones is literally a freak athlete at receiver. Atlanta fans still have to be sour about watching Julio Jones jump 30 feet in the air like he was Goku and snatch the ball, be first down, could put the game away against Thomas Brady, and the offensive coordinator decided to get cute. Instead of running the ball and taking the clock and taking a 2-possession lead, they took a couple of sacks trying to make Matt Ryan look like a hero, and it cost them a Super Bowl, worst choke in Super Bowl NFL history. I'm sorry, Falcon fans. Don't be mad at the messenger. I'm simply reminding y'all of what happened. Kobe's nephew going to Oregon 6'5" safety. Did not see that. Just rolled by the Titan Pro Shop. It's a thing of beauty. Oh yeah, I've been seeing a lot of Titan fans posting their stuff at the Pro Shop. I think this summer, if I get a chance, I'll go to my hometown, because my hometown is like on the way to Nashville, going up North Alabama, and may shoot up to Nashville this summer. Definitely gonna come up there in the fall, but I love to come to the Pro Shop. That's why I got my other Buddha jersey. I'd like to get one made in the Pro Shop and grab a couple things in there, take some pictures and stuff. It definitely would be cool. A cool little getaway for me and the wife to duck off at some point this summer. But we have in-laws in our house for the next month, so it'll probably be probably May by the time our house is back to normal. Carl Granderson. Tone, what it do? Them Carolina Panthers making some moves. I see y'all got John Mechie over there. Got Jalen Phillips. Y'all trying to make some shake. I see y'all. Zay, you should be happy now. The Raiders is making some moves. I know y'all got finessed on the Max Crosby deal, but all right, let me ask y'all a question, chat. Drop them crystal balls. Let me ask y'all a question. Now that Calvin Ridley is here, and my draft, my war room didn't change, do you think the starting lineup could be like this? Chimere Dike, Calvin Ridley, Wandale, and then having Alec Aomaner and Bryce Oliver first guys off the bench, with Restrepo going back into more of a developmental role? Or would you see Calvin Ridley as the 1, Aomaner as the 2, Wandale as the 3, and Chimere Dike being the special teamer and rotating in? It's gonna be interesting to see how they deploy these guys. I would think that you would see like twin tight end, and then see a certain receivers in there. When you pull the second tight end, Wandale comes in. It's gonna be interesting to see how they deploy these wide receivers in Dabo's new system. What are the Titans gonna do at right guard and center? like I've said 1,000 times over, I sincerely hope that Sloatman and Jackson Slater fighting it out for center. And I sincerely hope that with the Tennessee Titans having so much money in cap space, go get this man right here, Wyatt Teller, and move him at right guard. Another guy I thought we wouldn't be able to get, but if he's coming to be in Dabo's system, having Wyatt Teller and J.C. Latham, and then have Sloatman and Jackson Slater fight it out at center with Dellinger and Volson, and spell roles with obviously Crenshaw Dixon right here and Oli Udoh back, I would feel pretty good about that rotation if they were to do that. If not, only time will tell. We need a new Cam jersey in a frame above the TV. Nah, definitely not. Definitely not taking Steve McNair and Eddie George down to put Cam Ward up. You know, like Cam Ward, I love Cam Ward. I love Marcus Mariota. I love Vince Young, but only person I could take Steve McNair down to put up would be Warren Moon. And I got a Warren Moon jersey over there, Oilers. I've had it for a long time. Definitely not taking Eddie George down to put up Cam Ward. If I took Eddie George down, it would be to put up Derrick Henry or Chris Johnson. I don't think Eddie and Steve is coming down for any of them. If I get a Cam Ward, a new jersey, I'll get it to wear it. Hopefully, I'll show y'all some mocks. I'll show y'all some mocks. Now, this is what I'm waiting on. I got the champion windbreaker, the Columbia blue, and the Columbia blue hat. I'm going to double back. The next thing that I order is going to be when they release the headbands that Cedric Gray had on, and then I'll get a navy Titan with the new T on it. And when they drop those rivalry navies, this is just a mock, but if they drop a Music City navy with the guitar strings with the red alternate, oh my God, then I'd get a Cam Ward jersey like this. I didn't want to just be in the rush of everybody getting the Cam jersey. I would love to have either a Cam Ward like this, or I'd like to get the numbers 83 and put boot on the back. That way it would be, I was born in 83 with, you know, come on. I mean, it's not hard to figure out. But if they drop navy blue rivalry color that look like this, hang it up. Kobe Durant signing. Super happy about the Raiders this year. We got a good line back and forth. We got a true number one corner and a good strong safety center that's going to help Fernando Mendoza out with Brock Bowers, and maybe y'all will give that star running back the ball this year. Tighten up, Stevie B. He said, yep, Red the one. Just imagine Love in that backfield. Lord have mercy. I mean, Corey, if you want to talk about the roster, you know, like, let me not get y'all excited, but can y'all imagine cutting Tony Pollard and saving $7 million? Can you imagine putting Jeremiah Love right here at halfback? Could you imagine? Because we know that Tajay is on his last year of his deal. Can you imagine them getting can you imagine them adding Brian Robinson to the 4 running back rotation? If you add Brian Robinson, Titans don't run fullbacks. They have extra tight end, extra running back. Could you imagine bringing Brian Robinson in and then getting Jeremiah Love, Khalil Mullins, Spears, and then Spears is on the last year of his deal? You know, can you imagine this wide receiver core and then pushing Bryce Oliver to special teams and then adding like Chris Brosel, Jeremy Bernard, or Jacoby Lane right here, wide receiver 4. You know, can you imagine if they did put Wyatt Teller and spend the money that they saved on L'Jarius Sneed yesterday and put it there? I mean, we're talking about $10 million for Wyatt Teller, rookie deal. Brian Robinson would be cheap, and then Bryce Oliver and Restrepo would be your special team and practice squad receivers. On my mock draft, Pat Coogan from Indiana at center. You draft him and put Jackson Slater back to right guard. Let Dellinger go to practice squad. Can you imagine if we still did that? If at pick number 35, that TJ Parker or Zion Young was there to go into this rotation. Can you imagine down here in Tim Keenan in my mock draft taking Micah Robinson off and that being Keontae Scott and Dalen Everett in the draft? Oh my goodness, like the amount of options they have without even talking about a potential Will Levis trade. It's incredible the amount of moves the Titans have made this offseason, and then yet it's still, like I posted earlier, even before I found out about Ridley and the Tennessee Titans still being at the top of the league in cap space, they could extend Jeffrey Simmons and Peter Skoronski and let the cap roll over and just stockpile money for next year. I mean, sincerely, this has been one of the best off seasons I've seen from the Titans front office ever. I think it was a good move to keep Ridley. Ridley's the Z, Alec, DK to X, Wandale in the slot. I think they might draft a wide receiver and wide 2. Hopefully Jeremy Bernard. It's going to be a lot of good receivers in rounds 2 through 5. Yes, Statman, I think Will Levis will be next. Hoping for the best, expecting the worst. We'll see. Division so cheeks is hard to predict. Y'all division actually is not cheeks. It's actually competitive. The Buccaneers, if healthy, interesting to see them without Mike Evans. What direction do they go in the draft? They lost a lot of good players. You think about the Saints, year 2, Tyler Shuck, Kellen Moore. I like what they're putting together over there, adding ETN into their running back with Alvin Kamara. And you think about the Panthers, got a very young offense, added John Mechie. They added some goons on defense. It's gonna be very interesting. Hard, Corey. Like the Bama receiver pickup, yeah, John Mechie. He's got a rapport with Bryce Young. They say babyface Buddha. I'm an old man. I'm old. If that navy blue was Jeremiah Love, Stevie B, talk to me. How you feeling with the moves is being made in free agency with your team? I mean, I've been dropping videos every day on it, but I love the moves they made. Doing something that's very unheard of, having insurance on L'Jarius Sneed, getting $20 million back in cap and freeing up $11 million, only eating $8 million in dead cap because he passed his physical, getting Calvin Ridley restructured, trading Tavondre Sweat for Jermaine Johnson, adding a first round talent at edge, bringing in Solomon Thomas at backup behind Jeffrey Simmons, another former first round draft pick, getting Jordan Elliott, Tony Adams, Jared Reed, Alante Taylor, Cordell Flott, Josh Williams, John Franklin Myers, not overpaying for any of these players, getting depth with Cordell Volson, Austin Sloman. Wish we could have kept Corey Levin, but getting Daniel Bellinger, letting Chega Conquo go, getting Wandale, Mitch Trubisky coming in. Now that's another former first round draft pick, and you can trade Will Levis now. And they just the moves they made and be able to free up and still freeing up all the money they have is just, I ain't never seen nothing like it, Tone. It's definitely been a masterclass. Josh Johnson. Yeah, Brian Robinson, if they was to pick him up, would be dirty because Tony Pollard and Tajay is on their last year of their deals anyways. I don't see them being re-signed. So it's like if you could cut Pollard, save 7, bring in Brian Robinson, have Tajay on his last year, and then go get Jeremiah Love, and then have Khalil Mullins as your short yardage back, man, you just would be stacked. So next year you have Jeremiah Love, Brian Robinson, and Khalil Mullins, and then Tajay and Tony would be off the books, and you could go right back in. Yeah, I like everything that Ndonze. Only question mark we have is the fact that they missed on center after having to medically cut Lloyd Cushenberry because he failed his 3rd physical. You cut a center, you eat $9 million in cap there. You bring in Schlotman, but you lose Corey Levin, and you miss on Beatis, McGovern, Elton Jenkins, and Tyler Lindenbaum. So you got plenty of money. You missed out on the 4 or 5 best centers on the market, and you had to cut yours. So that's the only question mark that they've made in the offseason. Imagine a D-line with Bain, Bailey, or Reese. Could be crazy. Joe Blacko. But I would rather have Jeremiah Love and give me T.J. Parker or Zion Young in a second. Because I think Robert Saleh is going to deploy rotational pieces. So, if you have Jermaine Johnson and Femi coming in on 1st and 2nd down on rundowns, and say Femi comes off on 3rd down and you sent Zion Young or TJ Parker or R. Mason Thomas or somebody like that in just as a missile on 3rd down, and they already got Jacob Martin and Jalen Harrell. So it's like Jacob Martin will be that sub in pass rush on 3rd down too. So it's a lot that they could be able to do, and they haven't spent money on anybody. Justin Jefferson over under 1,200 next season. If Kyler Murray is there, he's getting 1,200 easy. If it's 9, I feel so he gonna be asking for a trade. Need a true X like Brazel. I mean, honestly, I think like if you went to the 2nd round and you said Denzel Boston, Jeremy Bernard, Chris Brazel, Omar Cooper, Surratt, Jacoby Lane, Malachi Fields, Nick Harbor, Zachariah Branch, Chris Bell, like it's so many guys that could fit in the system of that big physical outside receiver. But I'm with you, Joe Blacko. We do need a dunker outside. A.L. Monner can dunk. I think a lot of the pressure will be off A.L. Monner for him just to, get 2nd and 3rd corners on him and get open and be stronger at the catch point. I definitely think Kyler Murray is starting. Size, speed, and catch radius, Joe. And that's why I'm glad, even at tight end, you think about Gunnar Helm, Daniel Bellinger, Kylan Granson, and David Martin Robinson. Like, your twin tight ends are going to be 6'6", corn-fed white guys. They're definitely going to have the catch radius to dunk. I mean, Gunnar Helm is a dunker, and Daniel Bellinger is a big athletic dunker. His muscles popping out of his jersey. He said the Titans never draft volunteers. I don't think that's much to do. I think if the Titans could have drafted Peyton Manning, they would have drafted Peyton Manning. I mean, like Tennessee just hasn't been good in 30 years. James Pierce Jr. last year was really good, and then he got in trouble. Jalen Hyatt was a burner, and then he didn't ever learn to run routes. So, I mean, you probably got to go all the way back to like offensive line or, somewhere like that to get a volunteer on the Titans. But I'm not one of them people that do that college to pro thing. A player is a player. You were born in 83, 2283, Groundhog's Day. Yeah, Josh Johnson then played on every team in the league. Dallas trades up 6, trades 12, and does something else to move 6 and keep 20. Why would the Browns want to trade with y'all? The Browns got 2 first-round picks too. I don't think it would make sense for another team that has 2 first-round picks to trade back. So if you're going from 12 to 6, you're trading with the Cleveland Browns, and the Cleveland Browns have 2 draft picks, and they pick in front of y'all. I don't see that. The Haynesworth, Justin Hunter. You have to go back. Like, I don't buy like Joe Black. I don't do the oh, they went to this school thing. I'm a Bama guy, and if we get some Bama guys, cool. If we don't, it's not. I'm not gonna die if we don't get Bama guys. Commanders bringing back Brown. Commanders got a bunch of former Titans. You talking about Jennings Dunker? I could see that. The offensive lineman I took in my mock draft was Pat Coogan, center from Indiana, the center for Fernando Mendoza. Dude was like an award winner. I like Pregnon. I like Basantis. If we're talking about interior guard, Jennings Dunker probably third on my list of guards. They could take a tackle. I like the tackle from Florida. I think his name's like Austin Barber or something. I watched a lot of tape on some of the tackles and stuff. That's like saying I want A&M players on my team. Yeah, I don't do that. I mean, Calvin really is a Bama guy. Derrick Henry, Rashawn Evans. Like, I'm not sitting here like championing and tooting the horn for Rashawn Evans. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was okay. Like Jeffrey Simmons is from Mississippi State. AJ Brown was from Ole Miss. Like, I don't care what school they went to. Means nothing to me in the NFL. He said, give me Howell and Casey Concepcion. Yeah, exactly. And then Sonny Styles is there at 12. And you're going to be dying to take Sonny Styles at 12 if he falls to the Cowboys, Jeff. You're not going to be thinking about he's an Ohio State Buckeye. You're going to be saying, give me Sonny Styles, a 6'5 linebacker that runs faster than everybody on the damn team. I'm happy that they was able to restructure Red, Like, I wasn't pushing Red out the door. Actually, with all the moves that they made, I said that Red put himself in a position. All right, so I thought you could slow play him. You was going to make a June 1st designation on him if you wanted to cut him and save the money. But I've been saying all along, let's say you cut Ridley and you save $16 million, but then you go spend $13 million on Jawan Jennings. Do you think Ridley is a better fit for your team with Jawan Jennings? It's kind of one of those situations. Daboll's got history with Ridley. Cam Ward got history with Ridley. Ridley was really good in the locker room for the other receivers. And at the end of the day, like, he's going to get an extra $1 million or $2 million tomorrow in roster bonuses. And they just got a free 20 back from the insurance on Snead. So, if you're the Tennessee Titans and you still got $70, $80 million and you working contracts and you still can trade Will Levis and cut Tony Pollard, you say, let's just slow play it. Now, adding Calvin Ridley on the restructured contract, you could go in the draft, and let's say you hit a home run in the draft at receiver and you got an overcrowded wide receiver room and you get to the bye and Calvin Ridley is healthy and been playing good. A team may trade for Calvin Ridley that needs wide receiver help as a veteran. If his contract ain't hidden for $28 million against the cap when they trade him, if they got that thing down to 15, 16 million, it might be a team that would take Calvin Ridley in the trade and give up a day 3 pick to get Ridley. It's just those type of things that you gotta make sure. Or Ridley could play and return to form, and Ridley could have be a 1,000-yard receiver next year, and Wandale could be a 1,000-yard receiver, and DK and Aomar could increase. Bryce Oliver might be a good spell rotational piece that plays good in special teams, and then we could treat the guy that we draft like the Seahawks did with Horton. Horton showed flashes, but they had Shaheed, Cooper Kupp, and JSN. Now he could grow into his role. You look at the Texans. The Texans had Tank Dell out all season, so they young receivers got to play a little bit more. But now Tank Dell and Nico Collins, the two young guys, like, you get just a strong room. You really want a strong room to where you can probably go 4 or 5 deep at receiver when you go into it, have an injury, like the Seahawks did in the Super Bowl. JSN comes out of the Super Bowl, but you got Cooper Kupp, Rashid Shaheed, Horton, AJ Barner, Arroyo, and in 3 running backs. Like, you can change up and do whatever you want to do. And by the Titans having Gunnerhelm, Bellinger, Granson, and David Martin Robinson, like, they could go twin tight. They could go 12 personnel. They could go 3 receiver stack. They could rotate running backs. They could pretty much do, change their game plan up week to week. And that's what you want to be able to do. You want to be able to be fluid and flexible with your roster. I feel like Evans' prime was underappreciated. I don't. Everybody penciled this guy in. It's like a decade of 1,000 yards. I feel like everybody who know where Mike Evans is. Buccaneers just, outside of the Tom Brady time, and now that they got Baker Mayfield, like, some of the years have been lost. Like, I could say the same thing about Derrick Henry. Look at Derrick Henry's decade in Tennessee. Derrick Henry never got a lot of big fanfare when he never got 99 Madden ratings or, was on the cover. And we all know Derrick Henry was the best running back in the decade. Eddie George was a Buckeye, and I'll take Jeremiah Smith in a heartbeat. KT too. Whenever there's some Penn State guys come, I troll you about Penn State guys, but I don't think I'm going to tell Micah Parsons not to play on the Titans. I'm a Bama guy. You might tease me about Bama, but, if we could have got Will Anderson in the draft at edge, I don't think you gave a shit about Will Anderson being from Bama if we could have got Will Anderson. It's just how it works. Like, I'm a Bama guy. When I seen Roger McCreary playing against John Mechie and Jamison Williams in the Iron Boys, like, that guy's gonna get drafted high. So when we drafted him, I understood why we drafted him. Like, here's a guy that was like glue on Jamison Williams and John Mechie. It's just one of them things. Like, I don't care if the guy's from LSU. I don't care if he's from University of Tennessee. I don't care if he's from Ole Miss, Mississippi State, USC. Like, can they play football when they get to Nashville? I don't care if they went to a HBCU like Steve McNair. Like, who cares about that? Like, I mess with Rich Blackman about Miami, but I'm happy to have Cam Ward. I don't care about it. He went to the University of Miami. Do I care about that? No. I know that Cam Ward has a chance to be the first quarterback in Nashville and Tennessee Titans organization to throw for 4,000 yards since Warren Moon, class of 78. Warren Moon is the only 4,000 yard passer in franchise history. Nobody done it. Not McNair, not Kerry Collins, not Vince Young, not Mariota. Nobody. I think Cam Ward will be the first quarterback since Warren Moon, class of 78 from the CFL, to throw for 4,000 yards in two-tone blue. So it's like, do I care what school he went to? No. Do I care if Reuben Bain went to Miami or Arvell Reese went to Ohio State or David Bailey, Texas Tech? Or, as much as I joke about them, I don't care that Jeremiah Love went to Notre Dame. I could care less. Is he gonna run for 1,000 yards and do that in the end zone? That's all I care about, is what they do in the two-tone blue. I don't care about alumni. There's a bunch of goofy Tennessee Titan fans that didn't like Will Levis because he went to Kentucky. Well, you idiots, Wan'Dale Robinson went to Kentucky. It didn't stop you from cheering and being excited from getting a 1,000-yard receiver that can run 4.3 speed. Like, I don't care that Chimere Dike went to Wisconsin and Florida. I don't care if Aomana went to Stanford. Like, Gunnerhelm went to Texas. Like, we can just go down the line. Like, I don't care what school they went to. Like, can they play football? Only small-minded people think about stuff like that. He said, I mess with you from Birmingham. I'm not from Birmingham. I've been living in Birmingham since the early 2000s. South of the city. I'm in Pelham. I think me and Stevie B might be both down here in Shelby County. Definitely not from Birmingham. It's some content creators from Atlanta, Marksman and what's your face, Bobby Drake. They always try to tell everybody I'm from Bessemer. Marksman and Bobby Drake always try to tell everybody I'm from Bessemer. Not from Birmingham. I'm not from Bessemer. I'm not from Eastlake. I'm not from Inglenook. I'm not from North. I am from Florence, Alabama, the Quad Cities, northwest corner of the show, Alabama, right on the Tennessee River. I got as much family in Mississippi and Tennessee as I do Alabama. The slave home for my family is in Iuka, Mississippi, Indian territory. We have full-blooded Indians in my family. I am not from Birmingham, but I live here, and I love the Birmingham metro area when they're not shooting everybody, because it gives you a small town feel. But that's why I like my perspectives on the Titans are a lot different than a lot of Titan media and creators. Some people are jaded because they've been in Tennessee. They haven't seen a championship since Phil Fulmer left. They couldn't even win with Peyton Manning. Their beloved Peyton Manning went to the Colts, beat their ass for a decade. You know, it's like things like that. Then Tennessee Volunteer fans that are Titan fans hate Alabama. We have Nick Saban for the last 2 decades and dominated college football, 18 national champions. You know, like the best player that's been on the Titans for the last decade is Derrick Henry, a former Heisman, Alabama. Like, they've just been jaded. The people of Nashville been jaded about the Oilers coming from Houston to Tennessee. Bro, I was an Oiler fan as a kid. There's no professional sports in the state of Alabama outside of Alabama Crimson Tide. I watched Warren Moon in the run and shoot offense as a kid. I loved it. I played with them on the video game. When they got to Nashville, it only made sense. It's the closest team to me. And they got Steve McNair after that. And Eddie George, like, and Javon Curse, like, bro, it just makes sense. So I've been a Titan fan. Well, I was from Oiler to Titan. So I love the Oiler throwback and the Oiler nostalgia. People from Tennessee hate it because they feel like they're secondary. Well, guess what? Mike Keith left the Titans. He built the Titans media network and then went to go do media for the Volunteers because he's so sick of y'all. Like, most of the Tennessee fan base is like kind of jaded. So I'm not a jaded Tennessee Titan fan. I'm an Alabama Crimson Tide fan, so on Saturdays I celebrate championships, and then on Sundays, you know, Tennessee Titans is up and down. But guess what? Tennessee Titans have been to AFC Championship games. They've been to 3 of them since they've been in Nashville. The Houston Texans have never made it past the divisional round, and they cry about the uniforms, even though their uniforms look like our old alternates. Do it not? You know, Indianapolis Colts haven't done nothing but ruin Andrew Luck. They've been just going in circles. The Colts ain't done nothing that we ain't. When the last time the Colts been to an AFC championship? When the last time the Jaguars been to an AFC championship? Blake Bortles? Come on, man. Like, they try to downplay us, but really the Tennessee Titans really been holding it down the last decade in the AFC South. People try to troll about Mike Vrabel, but like Mike Vrabel was in the Browns staff. Why the Browns didn't keep Mike Vrabel? You know what I'm saying? Like, he went to the New England and took a bunch of old Titan players with him, and then people get mad when Robert Saleh brings some of his guys and Brian Daboll bring his guys. So you happy that Mike Vrabel got a bunch of his old Titan players and people he was familiar with and went to the Super Bowl in year 1. But then if Robert Saleh and Brian Daboll are bringing in guys they're familiar with their system, then, you know, tripping. Y'all all thought we was going to have Matt Nagy and be suffering over here and not getting no free agents and overpaying for bad contracts and all this. And now Bergonzi and Chad Brinker are over there finessing, dropping new uniforms, got Kyle Brandt, Jeff Fisher, and Eddie George and all the Titan legends coming back. Got Michael Griffin on the stage. We get new uniforms. We get a new stadium. We get new players. And the 53 already looks good. And we got the most cap space in the NFL. 9 draft picks and still got tradable, cuttable players to add to that. And then everybody's just trying to find a way to rain on our parade. Well, it's not happening. This ain't your granddaddy's Titans. You see me, Corey? I'm over here in the kitchen. We not cooking like Rand. Shout out to Rand. If Rand wouldn't have did what he did, we wouldn't be where we at right now. So we not looking in the past being upset. Shout out to T Martin from NC. I'm from Athens, right next door. North Bama lives our football tighten up. Man, Darnell, let me date myself. In high school, we played against Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers destroyed us in football. that's how old I am. Phillip Rivers put 50. I think Phillip Rivers put 60 on us. Flowtown, G-Main, Chubb Fresh. Hey, listen, man. Jeffrey Robinson, man. G-Main is a legend, man. Shout out to G-Main. I got some content with G-Main. I'll dig it up. Go real Tennessee. I will dig it up. I got content with G-Main. Chubb Fresh was the DJ when I was growing up. I was the young DJ, like younger than Chubb Fresh. I used to throw parties with me and my homeboy Roderick at Hollywood Inn and the Lighthouse on North Florence. When you turning that curve going up Florence Boulevard at the Lighthouse, we used to throw parties. I was a DJ in high school, a point guard, and on the basketball team. And my younger brother played for Dessler. He was the quarterback and the point guard. He was younger than me, but he was the first recruiting class that Kroon brought to Mississippi State. So he was at Northeast with Last Chance U, and then he went to Mississippi State. So like, I got a lot of ties up in the shows, man. Chubb Fresh used to have the fire mixtapes. Chubb Fresh used to have the fire mixtapes. You go to Pegasus Records and Tapes on Florence Boulevard and get CDs. I go in there underage and get CDs when I was young. West Mobile and Locust, what's up? Listen, 1012 Kennard Street. That's my mama live around the corner from the car wash down there. The car wash down there on Mobile Street. My mama stay around the corner, and the house we grew up in, I've shown it on stream. It's literally a shotgun house on Kennard Street behind the funeral home going towards Handy. So like, we definitely, you know what I'm saying? Not many people know the places we talking about. I love the coach and the vibes we got going. Definitely for sure, Road. We on their head and they coming and they scared. See, the fear is the Tennessee Titans like be the Tennessee Titans, and then everybody else gotta assume their position. Even if we win the Super Bowl, people still complain. Dre, like it's fans like that, bro. That's why I made that post. Like, bro, like some of y'all dog out Amy. Amy get a new stadium, have country music superstars, get you a new jersey. She got like 10 general managers under contract. She have Burke Hill, Chad Brinker, Mike Bergonzi, Reggie. She get like a 5,000 managers. You get a new stadium. You get Cam Ward. You get Jeffrey Simmons back. They spend $1 gazillion in free agency. Like, Tennessee Titans got like 9 draft picks and potentially 10. Like, Titans will do all of this, and still people will fuss and complain. Like, people complain about like, oh, the logo look good, but they should have put the sword ends on the T. Oh, why you take the flames? Why is T-Rack a raccoon? Why is it Columbia blue, not navy? Then they released the navy mock. Then look, they gonna release these navy mocks for rivalry. Then people gonna be like, well, that should have came out first instead of the Columbia blue. The Columbia blue took too much like the Oilers. Yeah, y'all own the Oilers and the Texans. Bro, golly, man. Like, the Texans have never won a divisional playoff game, but yet we got fan bases crying about jerseys. Y'all say that the Titans shouldn't be worrying about jerseys. We should be worrying about winning games. Well, when the Texans win a divisional playoff game for the first time in a quarter century, if they go another 25 years, maybe 50 years in the NFL without playing in the AFC title game, looks like they shouldn't be worried about jerseys. They need to be worried about letting their offensive tackles leave every year and having CJ Stroud run for his life. That's what they need to be worried about. Stop worrying about the Tennessee Titans jerseys. We back, sheet. Those are all my brothers, the family, man. All right, let's get it. Love Miss Amy. She be spinning the bag. And people just was on her neck, but it's like, they say she made irrational decisions, but it was the right decision to get rid of Callahan and not let Mike Vrabel run the score up on Callahan. Callahan needed to go. Like, she got the hierarchy right. Like, it's not her fault that John Robinson lied to her and Mike Vrabel and traded A.J. Brown for Traylon Burks and Malik Willis. Like, that. What do you expect her to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, she the one that made the move to bring in Vrabel in the first place. So, like, You can't hate her because she got rid of Rabel, but she was the reason why Rabel is there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and do you think if she was that bad that Robert Saleh and Dabo and White Cotton would be coaching on the Titans? Swiss cheese. That Navy so sick. TGG Lamont Ains. What's good, my boy? Hope everything going good on your man. Some of y'all, I got y'all number, man. I've been super busy and I got in-laws and all kinds of stuff going on. My kids busy. I'm gonna start back hitting some of y'all up on the phone just to rap, man. I miss talking to y'all. I miss talking in the Discord to y'all. I just been busy. My schedule changed, and y'all about to see my new series. I've been working on the content. I'm gonna be trying to drop this content twice a month. I know that I still have a lot of work to do my family history content, which is kind of going on the back burner a little bit because it's more work than I thought. Thrifting with Unc, bro. When y'all see me in my thrifting, bro, I had some thrift hauls in the last 2 days. Man, I got some fire stuff from the thrift store. If y'all are eBayer like me and y'all be selling stuff on eBay, bro, y'all gonna love this series of thrifting, bro. Like, I be coming up with, I don't know, like back when I used to have my kiosk in the Galleria, when I used to be going in the fashion shows and they had T.I. clothes and Labusi clothes, all the urban wear, and the Koreans used to follow me around and see what I was picking for my store in the mall in Hoover, and I'd be getting bro, y'all just like, that's back when my name was Nix, that was the name of my store, and the Koreans would call me and like try to explain to me what they was trying to sell to me. I go in the showroom and clean up and find, I would literally go in their showrooms, it's like this big warehouses, and just like go through mannequins and pick out clothes and stuff to come back and sell. I was selling dashikis and 3D sublimation clothes. I was selling biker denim and all kind of stuff, them elongated tees. I was jugging back then. Well, I do it now when I go to the thrift and people be looking to see what I'm picking up, and they're like trying to figure out what I'm gonna get. I go in the thrift and pick up all kind of shit. Like, bro, I swear on everything. I got some Nike, some women's Nike fly knit multicolors for $3 today in the thrift. And like, I used to manage Hibbett stores. I manage Alabaster, Brookwood, and Hewitttown. So like, I know how to clean shoes and I know how to stage shoes. Because, you know, if you ever know about a planogram and stage in a store, I literally used to clean shoes and stage. So like, if every time I hire somebody, I have to show them how to clean a shoe and stage it for the store, because like I have to teach them how to sell it. Like, you can't sell it if you don't know how you brought. I be taking stuff and be having stuff like, I found the Stranger Things Nike hoodie that was new. I'll find another black Nike hoodie shit with the tags on it. People be throwing away gold in the thrift. Like, yard sales in thrift, man, people be throwing away literal gold. I promise y'all, if some of y'all ever want a side hustle, when I start this series, you're gonna be scouring your garage and your closet to find things that you thought is like throwaway stuff. I swear to God, there's somebody somewhere that will probably pay like 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, $100 for things that you just have that you don't think of. Y'all remember when my camera broke and the shutter was broken? I bought this new Sony. I swear to y'all, like, somebody sent me an offer in 90 seconds for like $200 for that broke camera, because I had the dummy battery and all kind of lenses and shit. Like, people literally take your trash and turn it to treasure and then just reinvest the shit. Like, bro, I'm addicted. You know, I can't wait for y'all to see that series. I'm gonna try to do like the first month and show y'all everything that I thrifted and flipped. Cause like, I swear I take some shoes that look like some beaters and make them look like them hoes is like brand new. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, that's gonna be some fun content. That's gonna be some fun content. Yeah, really restructure this contract, Hendrix. They was gonna have to give him $2 million tomorrow on the 15th. So they wind up restructuring and keeping in red. I'm happy that red's back. Full government month. Titans really got me spending money on the kids. Tell me they want a Titans hoodie. Man, everybody been getting towed up by that Titans Pro Shop. I know they hit me for a bill quick. Not the helmet shit. Nah, they don't need a helmet. Navy is nice. I don't even like navy blue. I love navy blue. If you can't tell, navy blue is one of my favorite colors. My stream setup is literally two-tone blue. It's white, navy blue, and baby blue. Even my like controllers is blue. Like most of my stuff, like I promise you, I even like cleaned out my closet. Most of my clothes is like Alabama colored or Tennessee Titan colored. Like I really don't wear or black. You know what I'm saying? I really don't wear any like many other colors. I mean, Dre Day, you should like you. Hey, you ever seen the dudes in the mall when you go in the mall and you don't want to make eye contact with them? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just a natural salesman, bro. Like I used to be in there making deals, bro. Like man, cause it's like on shoe release days, I would get urban wear on my kiosks. I had 2 kiosks like set up side by side, and I had all kind of racks. I was breaking all kind of rules and shit. But you know, like I would have clothes to go with all the Jordan releases, all the Kobe releases, all the KD releases, all the LeBron. So that's how I used to beat the Koreans, because I'm like, I know when Cam Newton hot, every kid want Cam Newton shit. I know when Steph Curry got hot, all the kids. I know when Prince died, when Muhammad Ali died, when Michael Jackson died. Like I got all the shit. I got the t-shirts, I got the hats, like I got the beanies, I got the phone cases. Like I'm literally out there like watches in the coat, until they was like forcing me to like sign a 5-year they're trying to get me to sign a 5-year lease for a store, but that shit is not worth it, bro. Like you sign that long lease with them stores, they're gonna like snatch you up and how you know, because what people don't know, if you don't make $1 million in register sales in a store in a mall, McDonald's or Starbucks or Gap or anybody can buy your store space and you got to get out in 30 days. So imagine like decking out a whole store and you booming, making money, and then Tivana decide they want to buy your space and they put you in a broom closet in the mall. You got 30 days. You don't get none of your bread back from having people come put slat walls up and all that stuff. So it's different when I work for Hibbett. It's like when Hibbett want to do a store set, they send a construction team to your store. They're gonna have your store overnight. You gonna come back in the next morning, they're gonna have a new slat wall. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna have a new register wrap. Like they're gonna send their team in. It's gonna be some old white dude smoking cigarettes gonna be in their thing with their hammer and their nail getting correct. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was different. Then they had that shooting. I left right before the shooting in the mall, and I told people, I said, somebody's going to die in this mall. And they had that shooting with EJ in the other side of the mall right before I left. Because people was calling my phone like, bro, you safe? I'm like, bro, I ended my lease before this holiday season. Because people don't know, I used to have to pay $8,000 to $10,000 a month leasing the mall for November and December. That shit used to kill you, bro. You gonna make some money, but it's like, that shit is big risk, big reward. And they gonna eat first. And they got your tax tail, so they know exactly how much bread you make. So if you start making money, they're gonna start squeezing you. See, some of y'all don't, restaurants that make over $25,000, like the city start taking percentage over a certain, like this just crazy. Malls is crazy. Darnell Mooney to the Giants, that's nice. Another body out there. 2 more extensions. Who got extended? Yeah, Calvin is still there, Jack. 2-time, what's good? If we extend Big Jeff, we open up more money as well. Or just cut Tony Pollard and go get Brian Robinson. Baby blue, my favorite color. That's why I like the primary colors. That makes sense. See, for me, I'm gonna get wing sauce and chips and salsa, beer and coffee on the white and Columbia blue. You know what I'm saying? So I like the navy because navy blue is a color like you can't get dirty. Now hold that thought. I gotta ask y'all a question. I gotta ask y'all a question. Crystal Ball's in the chat. For all you fans that's mad about the Columbia blue being the primary color, when they dropped these color rush, this was literally my favorite jersey of all the old Titan jersey in this style outside of the red. Listen. What's the difference between the color rush Columbia blue and the blues we got now? When you see this, you don't think because it's got red in it, it's Oilers? With the 3 stars in the back, but the 3 stars is in the collar. Like, nobody ever cried about saying it looked too much like Oiler colors. Like, y'all gotta get over yourself, bro. The Columbia blue being primary color with the white is crispy to me. And when they drop those navy alternate rivalries, I want y'all to shut your mouth, bro, because most of y'all got no drip, no style to be hating on it. So when they drop these color rushes, there's no Titan fans crying that the primary color of the jersey was Columbia blue, bro. Everybody loves the red. When Kevin Byard and Jeffrey Simmons come out with that red and Cam Ward come out with the red cleats, nobody complains. So it's like you can't be excited by the Columbia blue with the red, and then they drop a jersey Columbia blue with the red. You start crying about the Oilers. Get over yourself. Say this is why I started listening to you. I'm not a jaded Titan fan either. Out of Houston and die hard over Oilers. That's why, because I'm a small town, Bryan College Station, follow the Tennessee. Omar, a lot of Tennessee fans are not cognizant of the Tennessee Titans are wanting to be a global brand like the Packers and the Cowboys and the Steelers and the Niners. Like, why wouldn't you want fans outside of Tennessee to love the Titans? Why wouldn't you want people in Houston to love the Titans? Why wouldn't you want people in Alabama or Mexico where they're going to be playing the fan of the year, international fan of the year is Hispanic? Like, they want to grow the brand. They want to get past the foothills of Tennessee and the good old Tennessee hills, Rocket Top. Like, everybody is not a Tennessee volunteer fan that likes the Titans, that lives in Nashville and love country music. Some of us are people who are outside of the state. My hometown, the Tennessee River runs right through it. I used to could ride my bike for 10 minutes up Cloverdale Road and be in the state of Tennessee. So I'm saying, like, some people that are not in Nashville like the Titans, and it's okay if the new style is for young people, youth, kids, and people who are just not just jaded Tennessee volunteer Titan fans that hate the thought of anything having to do with the Oilers. Like, bro, it's just goofy, man. Like, it's like they don't want to grow as a fan base. Like, they want to always be 32 out of 32 teams in the NFL market with no primetime games. If they happy with that, then like like, good God, bro. Corn, what's good? And then the Amy part of it, they complain about her living in Texas. Legitimately, if you were born with if you were born a billionaire with oil money in your family, and your family has a NFL franchise, and you're going to be the heir to the throne when you get of age, like, what is wrong with a billionaire having a house in Houston and Nashville? Like, if I had $1 billion, I would live in more than one place too. Been here since it started too. Longhorn friend Ray, Austin and VR came after the Natty tighten up. Yeah, I mean, like, as a kid, I was playing with the Oilers with Warren Moon. So obviously, when they got to Nashville and they had Steve McNair, bro, it's a no-brainer for me. I'm definitely not gonna be a Saints fan or a Falcons fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the next teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Saints and the Falcons. Like, there's no way, bro. And Amy owned the rights to the Oilers jersey. Yes, what I'm saying. Like, they bought it. They own it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Can't be an Indian giver. You can't sell something and then go get mad because the person that bought your car put rims on it. You know what I'm saying? If somebody took your ex-girlfriend and put a BBL on her, you can't get mad. If somebody bought your old house and laid sod down and took that crabgrass up, you can't get mad at whatever somebody do with something once you sell it. Global like the Cowboys. I gave y'all credit. Y'all are just like the Tennessee Volunteer fans. Y'all haven't won a championship in 30 years. You know, you haven't been to the conference championship in 30 years, so it's like, I mean, yeah, y'all are like that too. Cowboys definitely a global brand though. Even though y'all haven't been to a conference championship in 30 years, y'all still get the most primetime games out of any NFL team, not the Chiefs. Y'all and the Chiefs get the most primetime games. We don't get any because our fan base don't want to grow. Saints and Falcons had their moments, but as a kid, like, the Saints was ass when I was growing up. The Falcons had their moments, so you know you could see people. It's the closest stadium. Mike Vick was there. You know, Roddy White from UAB went to the Falcons. You know, the Chris Chandler Dirty Bird days with Jamal Anderson. Like, yeah, but as a kid, I just wasn't into that. You know, it's like Eddie George and Steve McNair, and I'm in high school. You know, when I'm a kid, there's Warren Moon and run and shoot offense, bro. Like, here I am, young black kid from Alabama, and then you got Warren Moon and Steve McNair as your two quarterbacks. Then you get into your college age, and it's Vince Young and Marcus Mariota. Like, bro, come on. It only makes sense. Like, bro, I literally watched Eddie George to Chris Johnson, Lindell White to Derrick Henry, DeMarco Murray. Like, that's why we're going to get Jeremiah Love next, and it's up. Yeah, McNair is special, but I mean, you got to think about Javon Curse and all the people that came along with that. It's just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. But that's over an hour in the shop, man. We just got in here to talk about Calvin Ridley and his restructuring. Hopefully, maybe tonight or tomorrow, Shotbybuddha will show up and we will be celebrating the Tennessee Titans going to get Wyatt Teller or re-signing Kevin Zeitler with the money that they snatched up from getting rid of L'Jarius Sneed, because Tennessee Titans have a lot of cap space, a lot of money, and a lot of draft picks. I appreciate y'all some goats. The YouTube numbers been going up. I'm going to drop that series on y'all, Thrifting with Unc, soon, and then after that, sometime in the summer before NFL football season, I'm gonna start on my Family Legacy series, as well as more mailbag content and behind the scenes. I'll be wanting y'all to see what I do more behind the scenes too. Then I got the stream room done. Tighten up. I love y'all. God first in the chat, and I'll see y'all on the next time. If you miss it, if you want to rewatch it, go back on YouTube, like, comment, drop questions, but stay engaged, man. I appreciate you guys more than y'all know. Hit that subscribe, like, comment, share. Tap into the daily uploads at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you missed the live streams, we got picture in picture. And if I don't get to any questions during the live streams or the pods, drop them in the comments. I'll make it part of the weekly mailbag. If you're following on the blue, smash those reactions. I know you're OG. Hit that like, comment, share, tap into the daily content that is the shop. If you're new to the shop, you definitely should be tapped in on the green. No ads, up to 50 emotes free for just being a follower. You do not have to be a supporter to unlock picture in picture, late night streams. Follow us on Kick. We also live on Twitch. Look out for the drops, as well as if you have Amazon Prime, it's free